So here are 10 ways to make $10,000 on YouTube. That's a good title. Anyway, so I'm going to go from 10 being the hardest to number 1, which is the easiest way to make money on YouTube. And let's start with number 10. Let's just go right into it. Number 10. Y'all probably know this one. AdSense. Now, for those who don't know what AdSense is and how YouTube actually operates, it's like, imagine old school television where there's commercials. It's basically the same thing, but instead of commercials on television, it's commercials on the internet. So what YouTube does is it connects advertisers to audiences, channels that are creating videos. And basically that's what AdSense is. It's basically your cut for the advertising investments these businesses are making, right? So there's some terms to learn in this situation. So the most common term is RPM. What does RPM basically mean? It basically means how much money the YouTube channel, the creator, is making for every 1,000 views, roughly, for that specific video. So RPM can be different for every video, can be different for every channel, every niche. And so basically, how do you make $10,000 with AdSense, right? Through AdSense. Let's take a very simple example. Let's say you have 1,000 videos in your YouTube library. Your 1,000 videos roughly gets 1,000 views. I'm just to make it simple. Your YouTube channel has 1,000 videos, and each one roughly gets 1,000 views per month. And on average, it's making a $10 RPM. I'm just literally making this on the spot. So let's say your channel has 1,000 videos, and each video is getting 1,000 views a month, and with an RPM of $10. So that's 1,000 times 10. So that's 10,000 for the month, right? 10,000 a month is pretty solid. So if you do that 10,000 a month for AdSense for that channel times 12, you just generated 120,000 a year from that channel just through AdSense. And that's the most common way to make money through YouTube AdSense. That's the most general way. And there's this thing called the YouTube Partner Program, which currently you need to have 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 watch hours. And when you reach that, you start generating revenue for your channel. And those ads that might annoy some people are actually how a lot of channels make their living, right? And there's another way, of course. There's YouTube Premium. People pay based on what country you're from, what state you're living in. I think it's roughly like $17 a month. And rather than the ads paying the creators, they are getting a percentage of the monthly premium subscription of YouTube Premium on YouTube. And I don't know the exact way they calculate that, but it seems fair. I don't know many creators, even the channels I run and help out with myself, that really generate a lot of revenue from YouTube Premium, because most people don't have YouTube Premium. Most people are just having the standard accounts where there's Google ads playing, right? So that's number 10. We're going to work all the way down to number 1, which is the easiest, the quickest way to make money on YouTube. So 10 was AdSense. Number 9 is a email newsletter. It's getting hot in this. I don't know why I'm wearing this beanie. I think I like how I look in a beanie. Anyways, so number 9 is email newsletter. So how do you make money off a newsletter? So for those who ever read a book called 4-Hour Work Week, I'm just giving an example. It's written by an author named Tim Ferriss. He has a newsletter where every week he sends out the things, the gadgets, whatever things he finds interesting. And he has email lists that people subscribe to, and people are curious what he was recommending. On that newsletter, most of those services or products that people purchase, he gets an affiliate revenue for. Now, what is affiliate revenue? It basically means you are kind of like a salesman. You are generating a percentage. You're receiving revenue, a percentage of each product or service you're sold. So for example, let's say we talked about YouTube Premium. Let's say YouTube has an affiliate program, which I don't know if it does. I don't think it does. But let's say for the $16 premium membership for YouTube, you get 10%. So that's $1.60, right? Out of the $16 a month, you get $1.60. So in Tim Ferriss's situation, let's say he has uh, a thousand people from his newsletter sign up for YouTube Premium. So that's 1,000 times $1.60. So that's 1,600 a month, right? But what's crazy about email newsletters, right, is that it's scalable without no extra work. What does that mean? It means it takes the same amount of work to send out that newsletter to 100 email subscribers than to 100,000. It takes literally, it's just there's programs out there, whether it's like Aweber, or I don't know, there's so many out there that basically sends these newsletters out to your whole email list. So let's do it at scale. Let's say for Tim Ferriss's newsletter, let's say 10,000 people sign up for YouTube Premium, and let's say the affiliate revenue, I don't really know the number specifically for, even if that affiliate program exists, but let's say it's $1.60 out of the $16. So if 10,000 people from this email list sign up for YouTube Premium, that's 10,000 times 1.6, which is what's it about that? 10,000, is that $16,000? Yeah, that's six. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's $16,000. So let's say he does this every month for a whole year. He just promotes YouTube Premium. So that's 16,000 times 12, which is over. I'm trying to test my math. Let's see, 16, 12. That's close to like $200,000 a year. All right. So that's emails newsletter. That's number 9. I'm sure you've seen, you might be subscribed to some newsletters and you're wondering how they're making money. It's because a lot of the links in those newsletters are affiliate links, they're revenue. And outside of that, there could also be brand deals within those newsletters. So it could be a total dedicated email from like a deal that they have with a certain product or service, a certain business that's trying to promote their product and service. So that's number 9. And also, I just want to clarify that all these products and services, like all the ways to make money on YouTube, are kind of all connected. So you might see the connection between all 10 of these to some degree. And I'll elaborate a little more. So number 8, a course, right? That's another way to generate $10,000 a month on YouTube. How do you sell a course? First, you have to know what audience you're targeting and that there's a demand of some kind of informational gap for them, or there's something you're helping them with. The most common example you'll see is, let's say there's a fitness plan or a fitness course. Let's say this fitness plan you're selling, you have a fitness channel, right? First of all, you should know your audience, because you can't try to monetize your audience with random things. It has to be connected to what they want and need. Because if you try to sell something to an audience that doesn't align, you're not really going to make any sales. So there's no point. So you should know your audience. So let's say you have a fitness channel, and then you're creating content, building an audience of fitness enthusiasts. Okay. People, the most common one is people trying to lose weight. All right. So you are generating this audience, and then you decide one day that I'm going to create a course. Because I can't coach people one-on-one. So you create a course, and that course is sold for $100. I'm just giving you an easy calculated example. So you sell that course for $100, and let's say you make 10 sales a month. So that's 1,000. Let's say you make 100 sales. Is that right? Yeah. 100 sales of the fitness course for $100. So that's 10 grand. So you only have to make 100 sales a month for you to hit your 10 grand goal. And by doing so, you do that times 12. Well, let's do that for every example we do here. So you're basically generating around $120,000 for the year, right? So that's number 8. Yeah, we're working our way down to number 1, which is the easiest. I'm going to show you the easiest way to make money on YouTube. So that's number 8, which is a course. And number 7, it's kind of connected to the whole email newsletter, but it's really for those diehard fans. You'll find more of these examples for entertainment YouTube channels. So what it is basically like a paid subscription. All right. So let's say, oh, I think I met him one time at Vid Summit. There's I'm just thinking of it. One of the big examples. There's a YouTuber by the name of Peter Holland. That's right. Sorry if I'm butchering it. But he has a Patreon, and what he does on the Patreon is people pay for access to his videos. He's basically a musician, and then there's different tiers for his Patreons, right? It's for his paid subscriptions, and it could be to the level that if you pay enough, you can actually be part of the group that chooses what songs he does covers for. And it's actually, last time I checked, like years ago, I'm not even sure if he's still doing it, but I think it was a 7-figure business last time I checked. I'm not really sure if he's still continuing it, but basically that's what it is, a paid subscription. Another example of a paid subscription is, let's say you are, who did I hear talk once? I heard this guy speak once at a conference, and he films like high school basketball games, and then the whole unedited version of it, including all the extra footage or whatever, is behind a Patreon wall, and then so that's how he monetizes, right? So that's one way. And I don't know what his income level was for that, but that's just another example of a paid subscription, right? So here is what number are we on? 10, 9, 8, 7. We're on number 7. So this is a very common way people make money on. Oh, wait, my bad. Let me go back real quick. So for the paid subscription, I want to do the math for each one. So let's say on the paid subscription, your Patreons, right? If you're going through Patreon or if you're on YouTube membership, whatever it may be, let's say they're paying $10 a month. I'm just giving easy calculated examples like I did before. So if they're paying $10 a month, let's say you have 100 of them. So that's $1,000. If you have 1,000 of them, see, it's that scale, right? If you have 1,000 of them paying recurring monthly at $10, then now you generated $10K a month, which equals $120K for the year, right? So just want to show the math on that. Let's move on to merch. So this is a very common one, especially for entertainment channels. I have clients who sell merch. For those who I didn't even get to explain who I am to new viewers on here. So basically, my name is Dizon Mendoza. I am a YouTuber and a founder of ChannelOwners.com. We grow our own profitable YouTube channels and help other people and businesses do the same. So I have a portfolio of channels that I grow and a portfolio of channels of other YouTubers that we help out with. And some of those other YouTubers, especially the ones in the entertainment niche, the clients I have, they sell merch as one revenue stream. So let's do the math on merch. Let's say you sell sweatshirts. That's a very common one because it's a higher ticket item. So for merch, for sweatshirts, you're selling, let's say you're selling them for $50, just to make it easy. So if you sell 10 of those, that's 500. If you sell 100, that's, wait, if you sell 10, that's 500. If you sell 100, that's 5. Wait, crap, what's the math? If you sell 10, I'm getting lost in the math. If you sell 10 for 50, that's 500. If you sell, 500, yeah. And then if you sell 100, that's $5,000. So if you sell 200, that's $10K a month. So if you sell a sweatshirt for $50, and this is gross profit, this isn't net profit, right? So let's say you sell a sweatshirt for $50, and you sell 200 of them a month, just 200, that's 10K for the month. So once again, 10K times 12 for the year, that's 120,000 a year. And that's gross profit because of course you have to pay for manufacturing and delivery of the sweatshirts and things like that. So that's number 7, merch. Number 6, we kind of talked about it with the email newsletter, but number 6 is brand deals. Brand deals can come in many different ways. It could be as singular as a shout out in a YouTube video, It could be as singular as putting in a description, or it could be multiple deliverables for one brand deal. And so every brand deal is totally different based on the amount and what's agreed upon. But let's say, just to make it easy, you just get one decent sized brand deal of 10,000 for the month. What does that usually include? What kind of deliverables does that usually include for 10K? For 10K, a 10K brand deal, based on your channel, uh, that might include one dedicated YouTube video, which means you have like a call to action about the product or service in the first half of the video and at the second half of the video, and then putting their link, the product's business's link, in the description and maybe in the comment, and then maybe even posting on your Instagram and your other socials. So that could be like one brand deal for 10K. And so you have, once again, singular brand deals where it's like just one video project, but then you could have also long-term brand deals, and you could have, like, let's say, just to make it easier, let's say you have a 120K brand deal for the year, and your deliverable would be what we just talked about with the 10K, but for 12, like one time a month. So one dedicated video a month, every month for the next 12 months. And so you'll have like 120K brand deal. I'm just literally just making a hypothetical situation just to make it easier to understand. So yeah, so that's number 6, which is brand deals. Brand deals are interesting. Yeah, brand deals are interesting. Let's just keep it at that, because a lot of times the more money a company provides for the brand deal, the more creative control they have. So it's kind of like, no situation's perfect. And, relationships really matter, because for these brand deals, you might, have a specific business that you work with consistently for a long period of time. So that's number 6, which was brand deals. Number 5 is coaching. So now, what is coaching? Coaching is basically helping a individual. There's 2 different types. For one, there's individual coaching, where you help based on the niche of your channel. So we talked about the fitness example before. So a very common coaching example for that niche would be you're basically like a weight loss coach for them, and you're helping them for 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, and they pay like a one-time fee or a monthly fee. So let's say in that situation, let's say, my brother actually paid for a very, how do I say this? A higher ranked like fitness coach, because I think he was doing bodybuilding and stuff. And so some of these coaches could charge like a couple grand. So let's just make it easier. Just to give this example, let's say you hire a top-notch coach for your bodybuilding competition, and you're paying $5,000 for 1 month. Just giving an example. So in that situation, if you have 2 clients paying 5K, you just made your 10K for the month, and that over the course of the year, that's 120K for the year. So another example for coaching is actually what I do for YouTubers. I started this over a year ago, and I don't work with just anyone. I work with the ones I want to work with, because it's actually very long term. So I do year-long YouTube coaching. So what does that basically mean is, like, I guide you along the way. I do weekly text check-ins, and then I also do a monthly 1-hour virtual call, or for some of my clients, I actually meet them in person, because I just enjoy that in-person hangout feel. And it's really based on where you live, because I'm in California. This office you're looking at is in Riverside. I am not going to travel too far, so that's why I do virtual calls as well. So I do these annual coaching. If you're interested, I wasn't planning on promoting this, but if you're interested, go to channelowners.com, and then there's like a YouTube coaching option. Cool. So it's interesting, like, promoting my own stuff while I'm talking about how to make money. So it's kind of self-fulfilling. Anyways, side note. So that's, what number was that? So that's 10. Let's do a recap. So 10 was AdSense. No, my bad. Yeah, 10 was AdSense. Yeah. Number 9 was selling courses. Number 8 was a paid subscription. Number 7 was a course. I think I'm getting the order mixed up, but you get the gist. Number 6 is merch. Number 5 was brand deals. Number 4 was coaching. And number 3, all right. So, we talked about affiliate sales, which basically means you're promoting another business's product or service. But there is definitely a trend more and more of YouTubers recognizing the power of creating their own product or service, just like what I do, where rather than getting a cut of a product or service, you're basically keeping the whole sale, right? And of course, it's a little more complicated. One example I could share is probably the most well-known one is Mr. Beast. He's the top YouTuber in the world right now. He has a chocolate brand called Feastables, right? And so he uses his entertainment channel, his audience, to push these product sales basically. And now his chocolate bars are in like Walmart and like convenience stores and everywhere else. So rather than promoting someone else's product or service, and generating an affiliate revenue, you could create your own product and service and promote it. So once again, I'll give you my personal example for this channel that you're watching right now. I'm basically creating these educational videos as a way to attract people who are interested in growing YouTube channels, and then pointing them to channelowners.com. It's a service-based business, right? Mostly. And rather than me promoting these other, affiliates, I just promote my own business. And that's how I generate a lot of the revenue, most of the revenue on this channel that you're watching right now. I'm not, how do I say this? I'm not dependent on AdSense. So if YouTube demonetizes my channel, I literally don't care because I'm generating revenue through these channel services, through these client services. So I have a portfolio of YouTube channels I grow, and then a portfolio of channels of other YouTubers that, my team and I, we provide thumbnail services, basically anything that a YouTuber needs help with, we help with. And what's interesting is like one of the reasons, let me just give us some background. So what's interesting is that I didn't know how much of a demand there was for what I'm doing with channeleowners.com. The reason being is like, there's so many YouTubers out there who just love specific parts of the process, and they do not want to manage like team members to do certain things like video editing or writing or thumbnail design or analytics, right? They don't want to hire someone in-house because, of course, when you hire someone in-house, it costs way more, right? Based on where you're from, there's all these taxes and all these things like that. And so the reason why our company really has grown is because there's so many people out there who don't want to spend getting a full-time employee to do thumbnails only, or they don't want to have a full-time employee just to do video editing. They want to, kind of like a la carte, like certain services. And then at channeleowners.com, we create like this custom package, and then that's what we use to serve them. For the most part, a lot of the clients are on retainer basis, so they pay my team and I a monthly retainer to provide these services. So we're kind of like an extension of their production process without as much of the risk and all the legality. And not all the YouTubers out there, like, they just don't want to deal with people. I love dealing with people, and I love like creating systems and logistics and managing people. And so that's actually how this whole thing started for me. I think I talked enough about myself, so let's move on. So that's number 3 was product sales, right? Product sales or service sales, as what we were talking about earlier. So number 2, this, as I said, like 10 was like the hardest, and we're working our way to the easiest. So number 2, I actually brought it up in conversation earlier, but it's affiliate. So if you don't want to sell a product or service or start a business and deal with that headache, one of the easiest ways to make money on YouTube is to literally promote other people's products or services. I'll give you an example. So one of the affiliate programs I'm aware of recently that's a lot of YouTubers are pushing is Shopify. So what is Shopify? For most people use Shopify to sell their merch, right? It's basically like an online store. Shopify has an affiliate program that when you promote Shopify, I think you get like around $100 per new customer. And it's not recurring. I think it's one time, but so let's do the math. Let's say for your YouTube channel, you're promoting Shopify on your videos with direct call to actions and in the descriptions and in the comments. And let's say in the first month, you get 10 people to sign up. So 10 times 100 is $1,000. On month 2, let's say you got 100 people to sign up. 100 times 100 is 10 grand. So you just hit your 10 grand for the month goal. So that's 120K for the year. And so you'll see some YouTubers actually stick to one affiliate, because the reason being is people sometimes need to be warmed up to a brand before they make a purchase. So let's say for the Shopify example, let's say you did 7 videos about like pushing Shopify somewhere in the video. And then on the 7th one, people are more warmed up to actually sign up for it. And so you'll see like a rise in affiliate revenue the longer you are associated with that brand and that company. And it's kind of like a snowball effect, because what happens is when you have these affiliate links in your videos, it's generating revenue indefinitely, right? The only time it doesn't generate revenue is if your video was not good and it's not attracting eyeballs. But if it's getting traffic, you can make revenue on that video indefinitely. Like I've made sales on videos I made years ago, right? So you just focus on serving that audience with the right content, and then choosing affiliate products and services that match that audience. I think I want to talk about that a little longer. So number one, I say this in almost every video, but it's audience first. You got to know your audience, because if your audience doesn't, let's talk about Shopify a little more. Let's say your audience, it has nothing to do with building a business, or if your audience, if the content you're creating, right? Your audience doesn't care about like merch sales, right? So when you try to promote Shopify as an affiliate, of course you're not going to make much revenue, right? Because that audience is not aligned with that product. However, right? Let's go back to the fitness example. Let's say you have a fitness audience of 1 million subscribers, and you've been generating. They trust you, and that's number one. Does your audience trust you? And so you got to just not be too salesy, for one. So that's how I stopped myself earlier in this video. So for the fitness example, let's say you have 1 million subscribers and you sell. Let's pick an affiliate. I think there's like some kind of green smoothie thing that a lot of people have been pushing. I think it's called like something green. Anyways, I think you get recurring affiliate revenue, actually, if I remember right. I think I saw this like a couple of months ago. So it's kind of like a smoothie drink. And so people are paying like 100, I don't know what the price is, but let's just say $100 a month, and you get $10 out of that 100. So let's say you have 100 people sign up. So that's 100 times 10. That's 1,000. Let's say in the next couple months, you build it up to 1,000 people paying for this damn smoothie thing. So that's 1,000 times 10. So that's 10 grand. So you reach your 10K goal. Once again, 120K for the year, right? So that's number 2, is affiliate. That's this number 2 easy way to make money on YouTube, because you don't have to, worry about distribution. You don't have to worry about anything. You literally just have a link. I remember one of the first affiliate revenue thing. It's like, okay, and there's another thing as well. There's a thing called cookies. So let's say you promote Amazon, like an Amazon product. There can be a cookie attached to your Amazon link that they click on, and usually there's like a certain amount of time. So I think I was promoting like a book affiliate link on Amazon, and then you could actually see the tracking on Amazon. They didn't buy the book, but they bought like gun supplies or something. And so I got like a cut of their whole shopping cart. And that's the interesting thing about affiliates, is that, I think there's a lot of learning involved, but at the same time, there's not much headache and investment, right? You could just create another video. So that's number 2. Now, what's the number 1 easiest way to make money on YouTube? I've kind of shared a little bit of this earlier, but number one easiest way, if I lost my whole audience, if I lost all my stuff, lost all my money, and I needed to make money like this month, right? Provide a service. And why is that the easiest way, right, to generate revenue? It's because most likely you are already doing a job. You are already, if you're not an entrepreneur and you're working and you have your own business, you're working for a company and you're doing something specific for that company. Whatever that may be, there's some kind of thing in there that's a service that you could sell online. So I'll give, my gut says to share the example of going back to fitness. All right. Rather than selling a fitness program, right? The easiest way to make money with a fitness channel is to do the service of coaching. Actually, we actually talked about coaching already, but it's like, of course, you have to trade time for money. But if you're really just trying to make money like now, and of course, it's not scalable, but if you just want to generate revenue and you just want to reach 10K as quickly as possible with your YouTube channel, provide a service, some kind of service. And every channel is different with what service you could provide, right? Every audience is different. So recognizing what's a service that the audience already uses or has a demand or need for, and you could be the person that provides that service. So, for example, the fitness example I gave. For this channel that you're watching right now, once again, I'm going to plug my company, channelowners.com. We literally provide services for pre-production, production, and post-production from everywhere, everything from sending someone out to help you film a video to analytics to, you know, improving your revenue, right? So we're providing any service channel owners need to help build that profitable YouTube channel. And so that's the services for this channel. This channel that you're watching, like, was generating revenue very quickly, even before 1,000 subscribers. Why? Because I'm providing a service that people need. There's a demand for these services, and who are the clients? They're mostly all YouTubers, right? And so because I've been in the YouTube space for so long, it's very easy for me to get more clients if I wanted more clients. I could just literally do it right after I record this video. So number one, easiest way to make 10K a month on YouTube is to provide a service. Let me give you another example as well. So, I've seen these dating YouTube channels. I don't have any clients in that niche, so if you're one of those channels, I'd love to talk to you, and maybe we could work together. But from the outside perspective, a lot of times they're monetizing through these one-on-one, once again, coaching, one-on-one, like coaching to help people become better at attracting other people. and some of them, I've seen people charge, what's the highest I've seen? Like over $1,000 for like 30 minutes. But of course, like, you could charge as much as you want if there's a demand for it, right? So it's literally like, do people want that service? And sometimes I've done this before, where you have to provide the service for free in the beginning to prove that you could do it. When I was younger, I used to have a wedding videography company. That was one of the first YouTube channels I had. And how did I monetize that YouTube channel? I used that YouTube channel to get wedding videography clients. I was building systems and I had a team of, I don't know, maybe 10 part-time videographers, where I would use YouTube and Instagram to generate clients. And then I would send my team to film these weddings. So you don't have to, I just want to make it super, super clear. You don't have to have 1 million subscribers to make $1 million on YouTube. Like, you can use any of these 10 ways to generate revenue. And as I said multiple times in this video, like, all these things are connected. But if you really wanted to generate like $1 million YouTube channel, it's as easy as, I'm just saying a hypothetical example, but I shared 10 ways for you to make 10K. If you had all 10 of these revenue streams for your channel, making 10K a month, that's 100K a month. That's 1.2 million a year, right? Of course, that's gross profit minus expenses and all your team and all that other stuff. But that's $1 million channel. So let's go back to all 10 of these ways to make money on YouTube. And then I'll show you, like, it's actually very feasible, right? So I'll be completely honest, the channel you're watching right now is not making 1.2 million a year yet, but we're definitely moving towards closer to that. So once again, here are the 10 ways to make 10,000 a month on YouTube. Number 10, email newsletter, right? Sell to affiliates, promote affiliate links through your email subscribers. Number 9, a course. Sell a course to help your audience go from one place to another. It's basically transformational courses, whether it's like weight loss or whatever it may be. Like, how can you help this person get here? I've been working on this for a while, but it hasn't been a priority. We're creating a course called 100K subs course. Basically, it's we have the waiting list on 100ksubs.com. And what that basically means is we want to help people go from 0 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers. So the whole course is centered on that. I'm just giving another example. You don't need to go to it. I'm not trying to push it. That's number 9. Number 8 is a paid subscription like Patreon, right? Make 10K a month doing that. Number 7, merch. Like, merch is pretty wild because if it's done right and you have the right audience, that could be your whole $1 million company right there. That's number 7. Number 6, brand deals. So make 10K off of one brand deal. You can have a long-term brand deal for the whole year, or just individual ones. And number 5 is coaching. You know, you could serve people one-on-one, but you could also do group coaching. One of the most common pushes for a community nowadays is a company called School. And so there's paid communities where you can be part of something specific, whether it's, drop like a community group for drop shipping or YouTube or whatever it may be. You could go to school.com. That's SKOOL.com. And there's other paid communities. You could also have a paid community through Kajabi. There's so many other ways. So that's number 5. Number 4. Wait, number 3. My bad. I think I skipped the numbers a little bit. Number 3 is product sales or service sales. Like I said about my company that we started, channelers.com. You know, pushing a service to help people, and it could be anything really, but it has to match your audience. So what is the audience that you're building on YouTube? What is your channel surrounded by? And is there a service or a product that you can put that would make their lives better, right? Because the only way for you to make sales is that you're providing more value to that audience somehow externally, right? And so there's so many ways to do this. So that's product sales and service sales. Number 2, and these are the top 2 easiest ways. If you're trying to make money like this week with a brand new channel, I'm giving you literally the hacks. Number 2, affiliate revenue. Know who your audience is and what they already pay for and what they consume, whether it's a product or service. And then basically you create videos pushing that product or service to that audience that already enjoys your video that's about this product or service. It's kind of like self-fulfilling to some degree. And then number 1, this is the easiest way to make 10,000 a month on YouTube. Almost immediately, like in a month. If you're good at making sales and you're good at communicating with people and you have already established relationships and you have trust with people. Number 1 is client services. The services could be different based on what you do, what's your expertise, what your audience is demanding, right? Another possible client service, there's actual therapists on YouTube, right? And they use their YouTube channel to promote their therapy practice. Or I became friends with a chiropractor who uses YouTube to push his chiropractic practice, right? And what's crazy is, like I said before, all these things are connected. So let's say that chiropractic example. If you film you serving your customer and then post that video, now you're making the client service revenue. You're making the AdSense revenue possibly for that channel. You might even use the video to promote a brand deal, right? So you're locking in 3 in one video in the same amount of time. So you can actually like stack a lot of these revenue sources so that, you know, you're basically multiplying your time and your energy and just recognizing what works for your audience. I'll say audience over and over again because all these things are dependent on your audience. Why did I make a video about 10 ways to make $10,000 on YouTube? Because the people who watch this channel are people interested in making money on YouTube. They are interested in growing their channel. They're interested in how do I make my videos better, right? So I know the audience for this channel, therefore I know what videos to make, right? So be very clear on who your audience is and the audience that you're targeting and really understanding what they want. And I'll share some like mistakes and failures on my part. You know, when I was younger, I used to have these channels where I would just like post whatever, and I didn't care about what the audience wanted. All I cared about was what I wanted, right? And what happens in relationships when all you do is focus on what you want? That relationship doesn't turn out well. That's a principle in romantic relationships. That's a principle in business relationships and friendships. If all you do is just focus on yourself, me, then of course that's not going to work out. And it's the same thing with YouTube. Your YouTube audience and you as the creator or you as the host of the channel, you have a relationship. Like there's no other way, like that's what it is. And you're building trust. You're building that's the biggest thing. I think I blabbed on for a while for this video, but if I had to end off anything, make sure you choose revenue streams that match your audience. Always back to your audience. Your audience is number one, and don't sacrifice short-term profit for your long-term relationship. There's a term in business called LTV, lifetime value. So don't try to like sell some kind of scammy affiliate link if it's not actually beneficial to the viewer, to the audience. Because what happens when you lose trust, just like in relationships, right? It falls apart and then it ends. And it's the same thing with your YouTube channel. When people know that who's that one guy? There's this YouTuber. I don't know too much about the whole controversy, but I think it's something Boogie or whatever. But there's a whole documentaries about this guy. He just like pushes the scammy products and services, I think, and the audience like already knows, so they just like laugh at him. And it's probably why he's not really doing well financially, is because you can't sacrifice short-term profit for your long-term relationship with your customers, with your audience, because your customers are your audience. Your audience are your customers. It's directly connected. All right. So I've laughed off long enough. Those are the 10 ways to make $10,000 a month on YouTube, and hopefully your channel can grow even more profitably. And if you're interested in subscribing, feel free to do so. And lastly, if you have a YouTube channel that needs help, I practice what I preach. We have a company, we have a team called channelowners.com. We can help you with any part of the process, and we'd love to talk to you. All right, peace.